Look at this guy. He looks totally fine, right? He has a job, a tie, and a watch. He is the definition of the American middle class. But there's a secret he doesn't even know. He is going extinct. Welcome to the invisible trap of the poverty premium. What is it? It's a system designed to make you pay more, simply because you have less. Let's break down the math. Imagine you need shoes. Rich guys buy $100 boots that last 10 years. Our guy buys $20 boots that break every 6 months. In 10 years, he spent $400 on bad shoes and still has wet feet. But sure, it's the avocado toast making him poor. This is exactly how the entire system treats the middle class. Let's talk about banks. Banks love money, but they hate people who don't have enough of it. If you have $10,000 in your account, the bank gives you free checking, perks, and a smile. But if you drop below $1,000, boom, maintenance fee. They literally charge you money for not having enough money. And then comes the overdraft. You buy a $3 coffee, but your account only has $2. Does the bank decline it? No. They let you buy it and hit you with a $35 overdraft fee. Congratulations. That coffee just cost you $38. You are being penalized for being broke. Rich people never pay these fees. They have a buffer. You have stress. Fun fact, U.S. banks make over $15 billion a year just from overdraft fees. Mostly from the poorest people. But wait, it gets worse. Let's look at housing. The American dream says, buy a house. But a mortgage requires a 20% down payment. If you don't have $60,000 lying around, you are forced to rent. Here is the insane part. A mortgage payment on a house might be $1,500 a month. But rent for the exact same house is $2,200. Why? Because you couldn't prove you can afford $1,500. You were rich, so they make you pay $2,200 instead. You are literally paying someone else's mortgage, plus their profit. You are building their wealth, not yours. And because rent takes up 50% of your income, you can never save for that down payment. It's a perfect, inescapable loop. The less money you have, the more housing costs. Welcome to the middle class trap. Don't worry, your landlord appreciates your hard work. His new yacht is beautiful. Let's go to the supermarket. Even buying food is rigged against you. Rich people buy in bulk. They buy 50 rolls of toilet paper for $20. That's 40 cents a roll. But you live paycheck to paycheck. You only have $5 in your pocket today. So you buy a 4-pack at the corner store for $4. That's $1 a roll. You just paid more than double the price because you couldn't afford to buy the big pack. This is the poverty premium in action. It applies to everything. Small sizes always cost more per ounce. You are being taxed for not having cash flow. And what about the quality? Cheap food is unhealthy food. So you save money today, but pay with your health tomorrow, which leads to massive medical bills. Contrast, billionaires get private chefs. Bob gets high blood pressure and a $500 doctor bill. Now let's talk about getting to work. To have a job, you need a car, because public transit in the U.S. is a joke. But you can't afford a reliable new car. So you buy a $3,000 clunker. And because your credit score is average, your auto loan interest rate is 15%. The rich guy buys a new car at 2% interest. Again, you pay more for a worse product. Then the old car breaks down. A $500 repair bill drops. You don't have $500. So you put it on a credit card at 25% interest. And what about car insurance? Insurance companies use your credit score to set your rate. If your credit is low, you pay more for insurance. Even if you have a perfect driving record, You are penalized for your bank account, not your driving. Contrast, airlines get multi-billion-dollar bailouts. You get a parking ticket that ruins your week. But the most expensive thing you lose is time. Being poor or middle class is incredibly time-consuming. You can't afford to live near your job, so you commute 2 hours a day. Rich people buy time. You sell it. You clip coupons, hunt for deals, fix your own sink. You spend your weekends doing chores you can't afford to outsource. This is the time tax. It steals the energy you need to improve your life. You want to learn a new skill? Start a side hustle. When? At 11 p.m. when you are dead tired? The system keeps you on a treadmill, moving just fast enough not to fall off, but never moving forward. And God forbid you get sick. Taking a day off means missing pay. So you go to work sick. Your performance drops, you don't get the promotion. Who needs dinner when you can just have sleep for dinner? 0 calories, $0. This is why the middle class is shrinking. It is not a personal failure. It is a mathematical certainty. Wages have stagnated since the 1970s. But the cost of housing, healthcare, and education have shot to the moon. You are playing a game of Monopoly, where all the properties are already bought. Every time you roll the dice, you land on rent. Debt is the only bridge between your paycheck and survival. You are not managing wealth, you are managing debt. The system extracts wealth from the bottom and funnels it to the very top. This is the invisible trap. It's expensive to be poor. It's expensive to be average. And the margin of error is 0. One flat tire, one medical emergency, and the illusion shatters. Fact, 60% of Americans cannot cover a $1,000 emergency from savings. So, what do? First, you have to see the trap to avoid it. Stop blaming yourself for a rigged game. Understand that the poverty premium is real. Fight back by breaking the cycle of bad debt. Avoid predatory lending like the plague. Vote with your dollars. Support systems that support you. The middle class doesn't have to go extinct, but we have to wake up. The illusion is over. It's time to rebuild a system where you don't pay a premium just for surviving. Are you feeling the squeeze of the poverty premium? Tell me your story below. Subscribe to expose the system. See you in the next one.